I'm Justin Halsey, a designer with COOKFOX Architects. We're a Manhattan-based architecture firm deeply invested in sustainable design and biophilic design. Biophilia is this concept that we as humans live better lives, function better, work better, the more connected we are with nature. And we try to infuse all of our projects with this kind of concept. And we've done this in some very literal ways by bringing rooftop farming, terracing, landscaping, plantings embedded in the facade of our buildings. We've literally brought nature into our buildings, and we strive to do this as much as possible. But in New York City, obviously, real estate comes at a premium, and outdoor space, maybe even a higher premium than that. And so we've had to think really creatively about how to infuse our work with some of the complex beauty of nature for both the users of our buildings and also to help contribute to the city fabric in general. And this is how we sort of first started bumping into MetalTech, and this is kind of through this pursuit of bringing nature and bringing the beauty of nature into our work, and so that even if you can't walk out into a forest from your apartment, you still are able to experience some of the kind of natural components that maybe make your life just a little bit better. And so this is, MetalTech has been enormously helpful in helping to develop facade elements and interior elements that help us do this. And we first started working with them on some projects in Brooklyn. The massive master plan is called Pacific Park, but we were contracted to design two buildings, a condo building with retail on the ground, and then a 100% affordable building with more retail on the ground on the same block. As you work in New York City and start to understand some of the economic forces on buildings, you realize that anything considered ornament or extra is often on the chopping block. And what was so amazing about working with MetalTech is that we crafted a pattern, and they helped us figure out the most efficient way to manufacture that. And from the start, we realized this had to be a modular pattern. It had to be repeatable and mass producible to get it down to anywhere near the price point where it was going to stay on the project. And through conversations about scale, complexity of shapes, and a whole bunch of other issues, Eric Simonson from MetalTech's office helped work directly with myself and the rest of our team to get this pattern down to as few unique shapes being punched out of this field as possible, and helped us basically create a scalable manufacturing process based on these. They were basically making custom tooltips and punching all of these holes out of the screen. On our end, we created a repeatable pattern that could rotate and array across a field to create this sort of visual complexity that we see in nature and want to embed in our projects. And we ended up coming in with fabrication numbers way below any other company that was even looking at the project. And it wasn't because there was anything different about the product. It's about the way MetalTech was able to work with us to create this scalable pattern within the constraints of the most economically efficient manufacturing process that got us to a point where we were able to maintain something on the building that normally would be the first thing to go in any value engineering process. And that has now left a building that we feel respects the neighborhood, and it's just interesting to be around, to be in. The pattern appears now in the lobby, in the elevators, in many apartment windows, at the storefront, and we're very happy that we were able to, through this kind of dynamic relationship, pull this project off per the original design intent. It's been wonderful to basically have this relationship where MetalTech both understands the constraints of our design problem in a very deep way. I mean, there's always going to be economic constraints, there's production constraints, manufacturing constraints, and we've had a remarkable time working with the MetalTech team to keep kind of an extra layer of natural beauty embedded in our projects, and we're very thankful for that and hope to continue to work with MetalTech in the future.